What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sportsgasm podcast, the podcast by the fans, for the fans, because as you know, we are the most qualified people, at least we think so, to talk about our favorite teams. I'm your co-host, Isaac.
And I'm Kylie.
And welcome to episode, I believe, 15. This is the
I think so.
15th episode of Sportsgasm. We kind of lost track for a little bit, but I'm going to guess it's 15. I don't know. Kylie, do you think it's important that we know the number of episodes?
Eh,
Well,
eh.
I'm just going to keep track so when we get to milestone ones like 25, 50, 75, 100, like we can do special stuff.
True.
But anyway, yeah, great week in sports. A lot has happened. Things are ramping up. We've got week 3 of MLB to talk about. The first round of NBA playoffs, more action from that. NFL draft is tomorrow night, or if you're watching this tonight. And we got a special thing we're going to be doing for that you guys can watch along with us if you have a TikTok account. And we're also going to be talking about the final week of the regular season for hockey and the preview of the playoffs, which still have not been set yet, even though we all know who's getting in. It's crazy. And of course, our little tidbits of fun stuff we do at the end. So, yeah, let's start with baseball. Kylie.
So
Fill us in.
we've had a lot happen. The
Yeah,
Cubs.
week 3 was wild.
It really was. You got the Cubs shutting out the Pirates 21-0. Really making my Pirates take look like utter shit.
What was your Pirates take again?
That they're not going to be good, but they're going to be like on the up.
Why would you even say that?
It was a hot take. You know,
it was a really hot take.
Yeah. They've been awful for so long. I just wanted to hope to see them do decent because PNC Park is great.
Well, that was your first mistake. Having hope for the Pirates.
Right.
I saw this score. I was at work Saturday, and I saw this score because we had a break in the action at my job, and I was like, okay, might as well see how like the Yankees are doing. We'll get to that in a second. Pull up ESPN app and like, what? 21-0? And I think I texted you saying like, hey, look at the Cubs Pirates score for me. And you respond like, oh my God, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was insane. I think Seiya Suzuki like had 3 hits and scored 4 runs and like 2 home runs.
Another one of my takes that's just looking absolutely mint.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's so good. Yeah, it's ridiculous. The same day too, the Tigers beat the Rockies 13-0.
Yeah. It's the first time in MLB history there was a 20+ run shutout and another 10+ run shutout on the same day. I feel like this is pretty obvious. And then it's also the first time in the modern era that 2 teams had 20+ hits while shutting out their opponent on the same day.
It's amazing.
So while that is crazy, these kind of stats annoy me. Like it's just like everybody's saying, "Oh, this is the first to do this, first to do that," and it's just some like stupid, ridiculous, stretched out stat just to make it the first.
I mean, most of the big stats and records have already been set or broken at this point, so we kind of have to go into the really niche stuff and get really, really stupidly specific just to like keep things interesting.
It's just annoying. Because they're doing that, and by them doing that, it just makes it irritating.
We sports nerds who like to pour over these kind of stats. We need something like this. This is how we live, Kylie. We need stuff like this that keeps us invested and, that keeps us from losing our minds. Okay. You just got to deal with it.
Just be a Philly fan. You already lose your mind.
Speaking of the Tigers, shout out to Miguel Cabrera, who joins the 3,000 hit club.
Yep.
He would have had it against my Yankees, but we decided to intentionally walk him to prevent that. Which, look, even as a Yankees fan, I'm going to say that was cheap. Come on, guys.
Yankees fans have been in the news on the headlines a little bit the past few days.
Now, I want to make it very clear before we talk about this. There are 2 types of Yankees fans in this world. The first type are like me, who are just fans of the team, can get a little fanatical, but we usually tend to keep it, normal. Like if the team does bad, we'll just, we'll throw a couple of cuss words and, we'll be fine. And then there are the Yankees fans who actually live in the Bronx. Those fans are the ones who were in the news for. Oh gosh, what do we do?
They're just like Philly fans.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe you just compared us to Philly fans.
Think about it. There's two types of Philly fans. You got me, who is psychotic, but not,
psychotic. That's an understatement. I have seen you at work take a phone. You broke a phone at work.
I did not break a phone at work.
That phone just started malfunctioning after you slammed it down. Okay, we had to get a new phone at work because she broke it.
I didn't break it. I didn't slam it down either. But
you have been slamming it down.
And then there's other fans who are the stereotypical 400 level cheap ticket fans who just go there to talk shit.
And I'm going to the Orioles Red Sox game on Friday. I'm going to be sitting in that level. Oh boy.
Yeah, you got them everywhere. But the reason we bring this up is because if you guys haven't heard, some Yankees fans are throwing stuff at, I forget who it was.
Some outfielder on the Guardians, whose name I forget. Man, to be fair, he was jawing with them the entire time. And like at one point, like climbed up the outfield wall to get into one's face. Granted, that isn't grounds for you to throw trash on the field and nearly cause a brawl to break out between the Yankees and the Guardians. But at the same time, I mean, they were talking trash. We have a right to talk trash back to them and
just throw trash.
Look, Yankees fans it's the bleacher creatures. Okay. You got to give them a break. They're always going to be like that. They're always going to, if you're an opposing player in the outfield at Yankee Stadium, the bleacher creatures are going to get to you. They're going to yell stuff at you. They're going to find out who your second cousin is. They're going to talk about how they were with your mother last night. You got to get used to it.
Of course.
All right. Maybe they shouldn't have thrown trash. Not maybe. Yes, they shouldn't have thrown trash. But
which is the point.
That's the point.
Because we all understand crazy fans and all that stuff, of course.
At least we didn't throw batteries at Santa. I know I keep falling back on that one, but yeah.
That was before we were even alive.
That was before we were even a thought in our parents' heads.
Yeah. So that's completely irrelevant.
Okay. I don't know. What have Philly fans done recently? At least we don't boo and throw glow sticks on the ice during the national anthem.
Not a Flyers fan, not my problem.
It's Philly regardless. Okay. At the end of the day, the moral of the story is this. Fans are crazy and their fans are just crazy in general.
So they call it fans. It's short for fanatics.
Yeah. Now, speaking of the Yankees have finally gotten it together after my 10-minute rant.
Yeah.
Last
Garrett Cole had a good game too.
Garrett Cole had a great game. Nestor Cortez has been getting ferociously aggressive and awesome. The Yankees, we got out of that series against the Tigers. We did well, and we just trashed Cleveland in that series. And last night we completely pummeled the Orioles. So
Rizzo had 3 home runs. Crazy.
I can't believe I didn't watch that game. I was baking cookies with my roommate. Okay, don't at me.
Games are more important. Come on now.
She needed help baking.
The cookies can wait.
I was tired.
Cookies can wait. Damn it.
It's cookies. I'm not gonna give up an opportunity to bake cookies with my roommates. Okay. I should have at least had the game on the background though.
Come on now.
Don't worry, I'll have it on tonight at work. I do need to watch it.
And then one more thing the Yankees are in the headlines for because it's
we can skip this part.
We're not going to skip this part.
No, we don't have to talk about this part.
Let's talk about it.
Kylie, we really don't need to talk about this part.
Let's talk about it.
You can talk about it. I'm going to hide in the corner.
The letter from, I forget what year it was, 2017?
2017.
Came out. Now, the Yankees and the Red Sox were using replay cameras to steal signs or put it back to the guy on second, and the guy on second would replay it to the batter. So that is 110% cheating. Cheaped out the Blue Jays, the Orioles, the Yankees and the Red Sox. So those two teams played, and the Rays. So those 3 teams play the Yankees and the Red Sox a shitload of times. So it's still cheating, but it's not nearly as bad as what the Astros did.
Yeah, it's the best way to say about it.
In the Yankees and Red Sox defense, it is not as bad as what the Astros did.
I'll say this as a Yankees fan. It's pretty bad. It's a bad look, obviously. And I'm actually glad it's coming out because we can hold people accountable for that. And
well, it's Rob Manfred. Rob Manfred doesn't care.
Yeah, which is why he's always Goober of the Week. Yeah, I will say this. It is a massive double. It is massively hypocritical for people to rail on the Astros, but not rail on the Red Sox and Yankees. We do deserve to get railed on. Not as much. Not as much as the Astros.
Yeah, not nearly as much.
But we do deserve criticism.
I mean, the Yankees and the Red Sox are two historical, big name, kind of like top tier.
They're the faces of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, so when you get something like that, yeah, it's like the Dodgers too. So when you get teams like that doing scandalous stuff, it's like the league tries to brush it under the rug to make the pretty boys still pretty.
I think all sports leagues do that whenever they're
definitely.
One of the faces of the only sport I know that regularly, if like one of the big names does something like bad or cheats and they get punished for it, usually are like sports that aren't as big, like auto racing or tennis or something like that. Those sports will actually come out and punish their players or their athletes.
Yeah.
The way they should be punished. But the big four don't really do that. Like, if the Dallas Cowboys got involved in a massive cheating scandal, they probably get a tap on the wrist. Like, good. Now go play more football and make us money.
Exactly. So, or like the Patriots with all their scandals.
Yeah. You're right. It's funny. The Patriots would have never gotten away with that in the 20th century.
No,
never before. But we're getting off topic. But yeah, like those teams that are it's like a long running TV drama. I like to put it in this respect. It's like a soap opera. The Yankees and the Red Sox are essentially like the victors from The Young and the Restless, the MLB version. If you get that reference, you were raised in the 2000s. You were raised right. They're the young and the restless victors of Major League Baseball. They have been essentially the main star of the show for years.
Yeah.
And they will stay the main star of the show no matter what until the inevitable heat death of the earth.
It also helps that they're massive rivals.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so 100%.
Yeah. So, I mean, and Jeff Passan kind of botched this a little bit. He basically said that everybody cheats. And while this is a higher form of cheating, it's still not as bad. And obviously, while it's not as bad as what the Astros did, because the Astros literally use trash cans and stuff to just an elite form of cheating, literally because of winning the World Series. But it's just because everybody cheats, it doesn't mean like it's okay.
That's true.
That's why they're implementing the awesome the thing on the catcher's wrist that replays the pitch to the pitcher. That's great. It takes away a lot of cheating.
Yeah. I will say one last thing about that, and that is that there's another way of looking at this, and that is an old quote by NASCAR legend Junior Johnson, who said, "If you ain't cheating, you ain't winning."
Yeah.
So.
It's true. It sucks.
It sucks, but it's a part of sports.
It is.
Yeah. That'll do for hard baseball news, but we got some more baseball stuff too, so let's dig into that.
A damaged Honus Wagner card sells for $1.5 million.
It is damaged and it sells for 1.5. Imagine it
like the oldest baseball card in history.
The Honus Wagner card is like legendary. Like that is the card. Like, hold on.
There's a whole bunch of them. There's enough. There's more than one, but it's still like the oldest baseball card to exist. It's tiny, it's cut, it's damaged for sure.
It's a 1909 T206 Honus Wagner from the Jefferson Bird collection.
Mhm.
That card is the most sought after and expensive card ever.
Yeah.
Just want to say, if you've ever seen this card, it's got Wagner on the yellow background. My man does not look like he plays baseball at all. And then you have to remember, right, dead ball era. Everyone who was doing it looked like a Civil War general.
Yeah. But the Mets keep getting hit by pitches. And I mean, I hate the Mets as much as the next person, for sure. But they keep getting smacked by pitches. And one of their pitchers, Chris Bassett, he rips MLB and says that they don't care. Which, I mean, are you surprised they don't care? Rob Manfred runs it.
No, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, no.
It's Mets fans, this is the part of the season where injuries start piling up. So I know Mets fans are probably thinking, oh, great, not again. Here we go again. So
yeah. But I mean, the Mets have been looking phenomenal this year so far, unfortunately.
That's every year.
That's true. That's
every year.
I don't want the Mets to be successful. I hate the Mets.
Meet the Mets. Meet the Mets. Something. The Mets.
Cody Bellinger dingers twice against the Padres.
Not surprised.
You should be. Cody Bellinger was batting under 200 last year. The entire year.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I don't care about the Dodgers. Don't look at me like that.
I mean, I hate the Dodgers too, but I don't follow, but this guy goes up to my TikTok For You page all the time, and he's a huge Cody Bellinger fan. He's a Dodgers fan, but he really wants Cody to succeed. And it's so funny whenever Cody does something like put contact on a ball, he goes insane. So I can't even imagine what the two dingers was. He struggled last year. I'm surprised he didn't get sent down. But what was funny was Kyle Schwarber getting ejected and going off Angel Hernandez.
Okay. Oh, yeah. This is on Sunday Night Baseball.
Yep.
Angel Hernandez is awful and had a horrible strike call. That was amazing. Just watching Schwarber just lose it. He lost it. It was like deservedly so. It was like, yeah. Like, yeah, Kyle, everyone gets one. Go ahead and use yours.
Yeah, he was like, nah, I'm not going to use it. But he was like all night, all effing night on both sides. He threw his hat. He threw his bat and his helmet away from the umpire, away from anybody that could get hit from it. He did it safely. And he starts going off on Angel. Angel obviously throws him out because he's a little bitch. And then he stops going off, comes back, goes off a little bit more, goes back into the dugout. As he's going back into the dugout, he comes out one more time. And then Joe Girardi's a terrible manager, and he just doesn't he doesn't even get ejected. He should have been ejected in the third or fourth inning with how bad the calls were.
It was every year. I know we say this every year about the umpires, but
Angel Hernandez is notorious for it.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. I don't want to see him doing any more Sunday Night Baseball ever. I
don't want to see him umpire again.
No, no.
And it was so funny. He was coming out of the parking lot where they park, obviously, and a Philly fan, his windows were down, and a Philly fan is recording, and he's like, "You stink, and I don't like you."
Yep.
Which is very
that is the most
toned down. It is very toned down compared to what other Philly fans are saying and could have said.
Yeah.
But it looks like the Phillies bats are heating up. We clobbered the Rockies yesterday. Their defense looked like our defense. And we won 10-3 because they homered like 2 or 3 times. But I mean,
at least you guys are starting to look good.
Starting to, but we'll see.
Yeah. Taking a look at the standings in
Mhm.
Major League Baseball right now. 3 weeks in, here's how it looks. In the American League, the East right now, Toronto leads the way, just half a game ahead of the Yankees.
Wow.
Tampa Bay is kind of straddling the middle, and then you got Boston and Baltimore who are struggling. As Boston's a bit odd that they're struggling, but Baltimore expected. Crap, I'm going to that game. Why am I going to that game?
Yeah, seriously, what made you go to that game?
I don't know. I wanted to do something on a Friday night with some buddies, and like, why not? In the Central, Minnesota holds the lead despite playing just above 500. Then comes Cleveland, Kansas City, Chicago, and Detroit. 4 of those 5 teams are under 500 at this point.
Oh my god.
Yeah. AL West, meanwhile, appears to be a gold rush between Seattle and the Angels. Both teams of which I would be very pleased to see make the playoffs.
Right.
Then there's Oakland, Houston, and Texas are all kind of Oakland and Houston are kind of around the middle, which is weird for the A's, especially. I thought they'd be worse.
Yeah.
Texas, meanwhile, is well, they're there.
They exist.
They're there. They exist. Over in the National League, in the East, the Mets currently are the best team in baseball with a 14-5 record and are killing it. Miami is 4.5 games behind. Then it is Atlanta and Philly who are tied with 8-10 records, and then the Nats who are shit.
Good.
In the Central, this is fun. Milwaukee is crushing it. St. Louis is solid, doing pretty well. Pittsburgh has been interesting. The Cubs have a losing record despite how well they've been playing. They're 7-10.
What?
Yeah, the Cubs have been weird. And Cincinnati, we got to talk about the Reds for a second. The Reds are awful. They are 3-14 through 3 weeks.
Damn.
They are horrible. And then, in no one's surprise, the NL West is the most stacked division, in which San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego, and Colorado are all have double-digit wins and are all fighting for first place. The Rockies being the biggest surprise there. Like, what? And then the Diamondbacks are shit.
Oh yeah, that's Diamondbacks. What do you expect? But yeah. it was atrocious. It was so funny watching that game last night. All the mental errors that the Rockies had. It was beautiful and hilarious. The past 2 games, really. It looked like the Phillies.
I bet it was. This week's big game on Sunday night is going to be the Phillies and the Mets. Great. Yeah, who's ready for that?
Great. Who's pitching? Did it say yet?
No, we're
Sunday.
Too far out. Most likely. Oh well, Philly. Yeah, Philly has announced it will be Zach Eflin.
Oh crap!
Is that bad?
Yes.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
He's iffy. I just hope it's not Scherzer or DeGrom.
But
my God.
Anyway. Oh.
Ew. But the stat leaders through this last week, you got batting average. Cleveland's Owen Miller batting .432, very impressive to keep.
I know up. I say who whenever we bring him up, but now I'm starting to get impressed. He's held on to that.
Very
for 3
impressive.
Weeks now.
You got home runs with Anthony Rizzo with 8 because he had 3 yesterday.
Hell yeah!
Good job, Rizzy.
Hell yeah!
You got Jose Ramirez leading in RBIs with as well as Ty France, the Seattle and Cleveland. 21 hits. You got a 2-way tie with Ty France again and Xander Bogaerts of Boston.
Ooh.
Yeah. Both with 25 hits. And then stolen bases, Jorge Mateo from Baltimore with 7 stolen bases. That's pretty impressive, honestly.
You think that's impressive?
Stolen bases.
One of the guys who plays for the community college I do play-by-play for has 45 stolen bases on the season. He broke the school record.
Jesus.
It's averaging 3 stolen bases a game.
Whoa. Okay, that's impressive.
Yeah, that is impressive.
For wins, you got Adam, I think his last name is Simber, of Toronto with 4 wins. ERA, you got Logan Gilbert of Seattle with a .40 ERA. Massively impressive.
So far.
To keep that up through this week. The past few weeks, to keep that up is impressive. Saves, absolutely no surprise. You have Josh Hader of Milwaukee with 9. Dude is insane. I don't think he's blown a save yet. He's like 9 for 9 at least. He is absolutely amazing. He was the one to throw on Angel Hernandez on Sunday Night Baseball. He was the one to throw the ball that was called a strike, but was actually a ball that got Schwarber out. He was the pitcher that did that. His face at the end of that play was hysterical. Strikeouts, you got Carlos Rodon of San Francisco with 38. And then quality starts, San Diego's Joe Musgrove with 4. Scherzer's right behind that with 3. So hopefully he's not pitching on Sunday.
And shout out to Walker Buehler, who pitched the first complete game of the season.
Yep.
Can't believe it took us 3 freaking weeks to finally get a complete game.
They don't pitch complete games anymore.
Stupid. Whatever. All right, let's move over to some shooty hoops.
All right, so yeah, we got some shooty hoops. One thing to say, everybody gets one. Everybody gets one.
Say it. Yes.
What the Sixers?
Y'all are blowing it. Y'all are blowing it. Y'all are blowing it.
By the last podcast, we were up 2-0, and Beat had a buzzer beater 3 to go up 3-0. We were looking for the sweep, and we lost 2 straight.
Yeah, y'all are listening.
Back to Toronto tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Thursday or today when you guys are listening. Please don't blow it.
Oh,
I know that's Doc Rivers' specialty, but please don't blow it.
Yeah, it's a little late for that, my friend.
Not yet. And then, the Nets are the Nets, and it's comical what happened. Ben Simmons was supposed to play, woke up that day, and his back was hurting. So reportedly the Nets are questioning the legitimacy of his injury.
Of what's his face? Sorry,
Ben Simmons. The Nets are questioning the legitimacy of Ben Simmons' current back injury.
Fascinating, interesting.
And he still has to get through a mental block.
Oh, this guy just doesn't want to play.
No.
He just doesn't want to play anymore. Sorry, I got distracted there for a second. NASCAR driver just got arrested and was blown up on Twitter. I'm wondering, like, who? Oh, it's somebody from the lower divisions. Don't care. Okay, yeah. Wow. Just all I gotta say about the Nets is
it possible for both teams to lose a trade?
I think you guys won the trade, to be honest.
Well, they still have Seth Curry and Andre Drummond. All we got was James Harden.
Okay, but yet the Nets and with
Harden's
a stacked roster got swept.
True.
They got swept.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Hopefully the Sixers can get this win in Toronto. That is going to be such a hostile crowd, though.
That Toronto crowd could be kind of nice, or nice about it, though, because they're Canadian.
No, they're Toronto. They're absolutely a terrible fan base, and they're horrible people. Nope.
Never heard somebody say such horrible things about Canadians before.
They're terrible.
I'll say this about the Nets. I genuinely hope that the Nets find out that Ben Simmons is faking it.
Me too.
Because I kind of don't want to see him play basketball anymore.
I don't either. And now look what everybody's saying. They're all trash talking Ben Simmons again.
Yeah. And he's going to be like, oh, they're so mean here. I want to go to a new team.
All I'm going to say about that is I demand an apology, and so does the rest of Philadelphia.
We warned you, Brooklyn.
We warned all of you.
Yeah.
All of you. We said Ben Simmons. I saw a screenshot of a dude from 2016 before we drafted Ben Simmons. He said his work ethic, he left LSU. He abandoned LSU. He abandoned the Sixers now. He actually called it 6 years before it happened.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. We knew it was coming.
He knew it was coming. I mean, it blows my mind because here we are not making any money from what we're doing with sports. and still doing it every single week. We work on it. We try to improve. We do everything. And we don't even get money for it.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah, we're working on that.
If
you would like to sponsor the Sports Guys podcast, no.
But
seriously, though, if you're watching and you want to sponsor us, let us know. We got Aquafina. It's great water.
Blue Jays.
Why do you have that of Toronto?
I went to the Blue Jays game in Canada like 10 years ago. We got cups.
Here. Village Candle. It makes your smell nice. Seriously, to all my bros out there,
Turkey
candles. Have candles in your room, bro.
Yeah.
Candles smell really good. Like I thought, like I was one of those guys who had that weird like mindset of, oh, that's a girl thing. I get candles. Second I get my own place, I'm like,
get candles.
Things make everything smell good, and orange cinnamon smells. Oh my god, it smells delicious today.
There you go.
When we're done with
free
this
sponsor,
podcast.
guys.
Old Spice.
No,
it can leave chemical burns if you don't use it the right way.
Right. No, but like
DC Metro, it's a piece of shit.
Right.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done plugging. I'm done with the plugs.
But no, but it's like if I got paid millions of dollars and all I had to do, if I had the size, if I had the defensive capability, if I had the playmaking capability that this dude has, especially the size that this dude has, and all I had to do was bend my elbow more. That's all I gotta do.
The lack of work ethic is frightening.
Mind-boggling.
And this is coming from somebody myself who I've struggled to keep my work ethic, up. Like there are days when I'm just like, I'm just gonna lay in bed and not do anything.
Yeah.
There are times when I think like, there are times when your mental health gets to you and you're like, damn, my work ethic sucks. I'm not getting anywhere in life. I'm not working hard enough, but at least I'm not Ben Simmons.
Exactly.
My man's getting paid millions of dollars to do nothing. He's just sitting on the bench wearing fancy outfits and complaining that, I can't play. It's at this point, I have a theory that Ben Simmons has given up on basketball and is just trying to milk money out of Brooklyn, which could very well be the truth because there's no way this man has been hurt this long.
And he's always had a back issue. So it's not the back issue, I do believe, because he's always kind of had that issue. It's always been a problem. And then it doesn't surprise me that he actually has a herniated disc in his back or whatever it was, because he's ramping up physical activity to play as soon as possible. So it's going to be fast paced and everything like that, and not what he's usually doing the past 11 months. So that I do believe.
Right.
But the rest of it, like, really? You're getting paid millions of dollars. Embiid is playing on a torn ligament in his thumb.
Yeah.
He played on a torn meniscus last year.
And you're just gonna wear random outfits that don't even match and just can I quickly just say something? NBA players' fashion choices baffle me. I get it. You're trying to stand out and you're gonna look cool. Y'all look like a bunch of idiots. No
really
offense.
Do.
Some of y'all just do not know how to dress. You think it looks cool, but like it doesn't. It really doesn't. Like we see it. Like ESPN could post, damn, the drip is strong. All of us are thinking like y'all look like a bunch of freaks from the freak show.
Everybody was ripping James Harden his first day in Philly before he was playing. He rang the bell because it's a symbol. We ring the bell before every home game. Pretty and cool. His outfit was like actually atrocious.
Learn to dress, and this is coming from somebody who dresses like a trucker all the time. Learn to dress, please.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, actually, no. You know what? Y'all do you, but don't get mad when we levy criticism and say y'all look like literal clowns.
Yeah, but moving on. So we have got a little off topic there.
We got very off topic.
So we have John Morant getting Most Improved Player. So I love John Morant. I saw him play against Philly. He's amazing. He's so much fun to watch. He shouldn't get Most Improved Player.
Really?
Dude was a unanimous Rookie of the Year candidate because that one voter doesn't count. So I'm getting it as a unanimous Rookie of the Year. The next year,
who's the one voter who doesn't count? What is this?
Voted for Zion, who didn't even play much. So they don't count. Doesn't count. He gets unanimous Rookie of the Year. And he's just clearly shown amazing improvement year after year. So it's not to shit on Ja. It's to say this dude is already incredible. He shouldn't get most improved. Honestly, it should Maxi. The fact that Maxi wasn't even in the top 3 blows my mind. He has upped his 3-point percentage by 10%. 10 whole percent with more shots, a bigger role, and a Ben Simmons filled part of the season. He should have gotten at least top 3. Maybe not won it. I don't care about that, but he should have been top 3. That's all I'm saying.
I will agree with you in that respect. I really have no opinion on that, but
yeah. But we got some series updates, obviously.
Hey.
So we have Miami narrowly defeating Atlanta last night by 3. It was like 107-104.
Thank God, and Trae Young.
Everybody gets 1.
Yeah.
So that eliminates Atlanta in a gentleman's sweep. Boston just sweeps Brooklyn, sends them packing in the first round. It was beautiful.
So great.
I bet KD to have under 28.5 points. Asshole had like over 30. So thanks, KD.
Watching your Twitter feed the last couple of days has been the slow realization that has been a TV show known as Kylie realizes sports betting isn't as easy as she thought.
No, I never thought it was easy.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought I bet on KD to have under 28.5 because he had under 28.5 every single game. So shut up. And as we all know, Toronto has stayed alive the last 2 games as Philly seems to be crumbling. The series is now 3-2. Game 6 is tomorrow or tonight if you're listening at 7. So that's great. The Bucks seek to eliminate the Bulls with a gentleman's sweep tonight or yesterday, if you guys are watching, at 7:30. So I'm going to be watching that.
I think they'll get it done.
I think so too. It's I think it's 3-1 right now. So
yeah,
shouldn't yeah, gentleman's sweep. So yeah, it's 3-1. So that should happen. And to the west, we have the Warriors seeking to finish off Denver in a gentleman's sweep tonight or yesterday at 10. Please finish off the fake MVP. Ja Morant has a circus shot of a buzzer beater to give the Grizzlies a 3-2 lead over the Wolves. The game 6 is Friday. Time has not been determined yet. And then you got the Suns taking game 5 and taking a 3-2 lead over the Pelicans. The fact that they lost 2 games to the Pelicans kind of blows my mind. Game 6 is tomorrow at 7:30 or today if you're watching. And then the Mavs embarrassed the Jazz 102-77 to take a 3-2 series lead. Game 6 is tomorrow or today at 10 o'clock.
I saw what you just did there.
So those are all the NBA playoff games. I think the Mavs will take game 6 tomorrow. I think the Suns will take game 5 tomorrow. I think the Wolves will take game 6 and take it to game 7. I think the Warriors will destroy Denver tonight at 10. I got the Bucks beating the Bulls.
So I have Philly finishing off Toronto. I have Bucks taking over the Bulls, Warriors taking over Denver. Timberwolves do force it to game 7. By the way, they had another protester.
Did they really?
This one tried to run out on the court and got tackled by security.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
I think the Suns will finish off the Pelicans, and I think
shout out that security guard though.
Yeah, big props to that security guard. NFL teams are quickly looking to see who her agent is and how they can get her.
Right.
Mavs, Jazz. I think I'm gonna say the Jazz force game 7.
Wouldn't surprise me, but
the West has been surprised. The West games have been shockingly
competitive.
Yeah. especially that Grizzlies Timberwolves series. I did
Well-
not expect the Timberwolves to be as aggressive, and the Suns Pelicans. I did not expect the Pelicans to.
That one is honestly the only surprising one for me, because the West is not as good as the East is, so it's all going to be competitive. The Wolves and the Grizzlies are both very, very, very young teams, very inexperienced. Neither team has been to the playoffs.
Right.
So I'm not surprised that although Memphis is clearly better, that is competitive because they're inexperienced. So that definitely plays a role in it. The only truly experienced teams that have gone deep into the playoffs are the Warriors and the Nuggets. And that one's going to be a gentleman's sweep. So
hopefully.
So it's all about experience.
I'll say that. Yeah, I can see that. I do hope that these younger teams can get some deep playoff runs going. To make
absolutely. I think whoever wins the Grizzlies Wolves series is going to be in the conference finals. Book it now.
Probably. Whoever wins that has to face off against the Warriors, though. So.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
So, wait, it's going to be Miami, Boston, the second round, right?
No, it's going to be Miami. Whoever wins the Sixers Raptors series, so it's going to be Miami and the Raptors, and then it's going to be Boston and probably the Bucks. I think Boston's going to destroy Milwaukee.
The Boston team looks really scary. So.
They really do. Tatum is dropping threes left and right. Jaylen Brown won DPOY, so he's great defensively. Like, it's just Boston's on another level this year.
It's the last month of the season. They've just been
hot. And it doesn't exactly. And it's like, it doesn't matter how you start the season. You can start the season as the best team in the league and clearly looking as the best team in the league. But it all matters once it comes playoff. You were 0-0. Your record doesn't matter. You got to be hot at the right time. And the Celtics right now are hot at the right time.
Oh, yeah. So, let's get into some NFL stuff. First up, some off-season news. The Jaguars have franchise tag offensive tackle Cam Robinson. The Jaguars and franchise tagged offensive tackle Cam Robinson have agreed to terms on a 3-year deal worth $54 million, sources say, which is $18 million per year. See, I'm trying to think. Knowing the Jags, what the Jags have done this offseason. I'm trying to think if that's good money.
It is.
If that's good. Okay. Or if I was going to say,
well,
that better not be another league-breaking contract.
Even if it's not, they need an offensive tackle.
Yeah.
So you got to pay.
The Bucks have. Excuse me. The Bucks have picked up linebacker Devin White's 5th-year option.
How do you feel about it?
Good. I mean, Bucks really don't need to make any big moves in the offseason.
That's true.
We don't really have any problems. We just got unlucky in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird. That's why I'm not really. Yeah, I heard that. That's why I'm not really. I'm not really focused on the offseason and draft as much as I should be because like my team doesn't need anything.
Yeah.
The Bucks are set once again. Like
you just kind of take the best player.
We'll take we'll take the best player available. That's basically what it's like. The Broncos have re-signed Melvin Gordon, so that answers where he will be. The Lions have picked up the 5th-year option on tight end TJ Hawkinson, $9.392 million guaranteed.
It's a good deal.
The Jets defensive tackle Quinnen Williams gets 5th year, $11.5 million guaranteed there.
Free my boy Quinnen.
Yeah, he deserves somewhere better.
Although TJ Barnes did say New York was the best place he played for. But that was under Rex Ryan.
Yeah, that was under Rex Ryan.
Was
a completely different era.
Mm-hmm.
Quinnen Williams has experienced the Adam Gase era. He needs to be saved.
I love Quinnen Williams though. He's so funny.
The Bills have fifth-year defensive tackle Ed Oliver. Good.
Good.
The Giants are shopping Darius Slayton and 2021 first-round pick Kadarius Toney because Giants.
Yeah, got to be because Giants. I mean, so I don't like to troll or clown or like really truly talk shit about teams and moves because it tends to hinder my team. But because I'm still mad at the Eagles, the Giants are awful. Like you're sending out your two of your great wide receivers for what? You have Daniel Jones. He's not going to throw to him anyway.
They really are committed to,
and they have a deadline to meet on the decision with Daniel Jones and his contract. If they take up the 5-year option, the 5th year option, that is over $23 million he's going to be getting this year for Daniel Jones.
I don't have much to say in that regard, except that the Giants are, since 2017, the Giants have been incredibly stupid to the point where it's just mind-boggling.
Laughable.
It makes you just want to, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah,
okay,
it's laughable.
I have to get that out. It's just so stupid. It's honestly kind of pisses me off, to be honest. Like I want to be fair, but at the same time, I'm looking at this and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I know.
Stupid. More Jaguar stuff. There's a bit of a disagreement going on in the Jags right now. GM Trent Baalke wants to draft defensive end Trayvon Walker first. Owner Shad Khan wants defensive end Aiden Hutchinson. We'll talk about that more when we get to the draft stuff. So funny little infighting going on there. But the fans, meanwhile, the fans are like, we don't care who we get, just get rid of Baalke.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then also the question, where's Baker going? Because he is pissed off at Cleveland and has
understandably so.
Yeah, we have no idea where Baker's going.
People are saying they don't want to pay him the $18 million. And I'm just like, why? That is extremely cheap compared to what other quarterbacks are making. Daniel freaking Jones is about to make over $23 million for this season. Daniel Jones, who hasn't done anything but turn the ball over.
And beat the Bucs that one time.
And beat the Bucs that one time. And apparently Washington a whole bunch of times. For no reason whatsoever. But
all I can say in this regard is like, I want to support Baker. I really do. I'd love to be supportive of Baker. I'd love to go out there and be like, hey, I'm with you, bro.
There's got to be something we don't know.
But it's just, I look at his play and I'm like, it's kind of mid, to be completely honest.
He had a great rookie season.
Yeah, he had a great rookie season.
A sophomore slump,
then
which always happens to players.
His third season
was good. Very good.
Yeah, they got the Browns to the playoffs. They won a playoff game.
Fourth season, he had a shoulder tear.
He was struggling with injuries, and now we're on year 5. I feel like on one hand, the Browns are giving up on him too quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which they are, but on the other hand, it's like I don't know. It's complicated because really I want to support Baker, and on his good days he's been fantastic, but on his bad days
he's been atrocious.
He's horrible, and it's like I can't make up my mind if I want to be supportive of him, or I'm like, yeah, he has to go. The Browns got to move on, because I know with the Browns, like this is always the thing that always happens to the Browns. They always go through quarterbacks like that, new quarterback. I get it. It's frustrating. I feel for Cleveland fans,
Yeah.
They don't want this to happen. And now, you got Deshaun Watson coming in, a guy who, they don't know what to expect with Deshaun Watson.
Hasn't played in a year, has these 22 allegations. He's going to miss half the season probably. Like,
we were this close. We were this close to Cleveland being relevant again in football. And it has all been I feel bad.
Demolished.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some NFL draft stuff. So, tomorrow is the draft.
Yes.
Big day, or today, if you're watching. We are doing a live thing for the draft, correct?
Yeah. So I'm going to be going live on my personal TikTok, and you're going to hopefully be able to join me.
Should be able to.
Yeah. My TikTok name is Kylie _ 2 _ Sullenberger. So follow me there and live reaction. Hopefully he'll be able to join. I don't know TikTok's rules. I don't know TikTok's rules. I know you have to have 1,000 followers to go live, but I don't know.
If that's the case, then let's get me 1,000 followers. Go follow me on TikTok. Here, let me pull it up. If you're listening to this and you want to support me on TikTok, you can follow me at Schmakosa, at SHMAKOSA. We got.
I don't know why that's all your handles.
There's a reason. It's complicated. I'm not going to get into it, but there's a reason. So we got some questions for the draft. Kylie, we got first question is, who goes number 1?
So it's really between Aiden Hutchinson and Trayvon Walker. Tankathon, who does pretty well with drafts, says Trayvon Walker. But ESPN and PFF are saying Aiden Hutchinson. And there's already discrepancy between Balky and their Shad Khan.
Yeah.
So,
they're disagreeing over who they want to take. I think it's going to be Hutchinson because I think at the end of the day, Shad Khan is going to use Teddy Roosevelt style diplomacy and be like, who has the bigger stick here?
Yeah,
me.
Exactly.
I'm the owner. Draft Hutchinson.
Exactly.
So I'll say Hutchinson goes number 1 overall.
Yeah.
Which quarterback is off the board first? Where and when?
So this is the biggest question of the draft. A lot of people have Carolina taking a quarterback. For the longest time, it was Sam Howell, but now it's Malik Willis, according to Tankathon. He's the first one, but PFF doesn't even have a quarterback going in the first round until pick 20, I believe 23-ish, around there. And it's pick 20. And that goes Sam Howell. So
no, where's my boy Kenny Pickett?
Kenny Pickett or Desmond Ridder 18, my bad. This is PFF's. They have Ahmad Gardner going to Atlanta. And they have Malik Willis going to Carolina. So ignore what I just said. So Malik Willis, according to PFF, is also going to Carolina. And then the ESPN is the one that doesn't have a quarterback going until pick 21, and that's Malik Willis going to I forget who, but they have him going 21. So
Charlie Davis's mock draft on NFL.com has the Panthers skipping a quarterback entirely, going Evan Neal instead.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Their first quarterback they're not naming until pick 20, with the Steelers taking Malik Willis. Which would make sense because the Steelers suddenly have a need for a quarterback. Rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah. Well, they have Mitch Trubisky, who could be. I know.
That's a good one.
No, but we'll see, because he spent a year under Josh Allen in Buffalo, and now he goes to Pittsburgh with a very, very successful head coach, Mike Tomlin. I'm not saying he's going to be good.
You think the Steelers are taking a quarterback in the draft?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, no, it's going to happen.
But I'm saying it's not as clear cut as it looks.
I think that the
QB draft class sucks this year.
I think that the Panthers are still going to go for a quarterback. I think they're going to reach and go for Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
Because the Panthers have no idea what they're doing.
Or they're going to trade it for Baker Mayfield if they can't get a quarterback.
That could also work.
Mm-hmm. Either way, they're getting a quarterback.
Or they could trade for Jimmy Garoppolo.
I'd take Baker.
Yeah, probably Baker.
Baker's younger.
True. The Eagles are making calls about potentially moving up in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that, resident Eagles fan? Sort of Eagles fan? Half
Annoyed.
Eagles fan?
Yeah. So if it goes in the top 10, I want them to get either Jameson Williams or Ahmad Garner. Because both are going in the top 10, probably. So that's what I'm hoping happens. If not, I want them to get Chris Olave.
The receiver class this year is what I'm really looking forward to.
Very good,
there are some good ass receivers.
There's also a couple good corners too. Stingley's good too.
They're projecting the Bucks are going to take Khair Elam. Again, we don't really know anybody.
Yeah,
we don't really need anybody. How many quarterbacks do you think are going in the first round?
3 max.
Probably.
At the absolute max. I mean, this quarterback class is very mid.
And this leads me to my next question. If you need a quarterback but have other holes to fill, do you just go for the quarterback next year and fill the other holes?
Yeah,
because next year's quarterback class looks a lot deeper.
A lot deeper.
Yeah. I will say that of the 4 main quarterbacks that everyone's focusing on, Sam Howell, Kenny Pickett, Desmond Ridder, and Malik Willis, I'm partial to Kenny Pickett just because that brief week where Tom Brady retired and then unretired, and it looked like the Bucs were going to need a quarterback who wasn't what's his face, the one he shall not be named, our atrocious backup, whose name is escaping me.
Blaine Gabbert.
Oh God, Blaine Gabbert! Why'd you remind me? Yeah, Blaine Gabbert. Yeah, for about a week and a half, I was convinced Blaine Gabbert was going to be the quarterback of the Bucs next year, and it was terrifying. I was like, "All right, Kenny Pickett season. Let's go, Kenny Pickett. Let's get Kenny Pickett. We're getting Kenny Pickett in the draft, right? We're going to draft a quarterback, right? We're not going to have to deal with Blaine Gabbert, right?"
Would have been Kyle Trask.
I don't trust Kyle Trask.
You haven't seen him play.
I've seen him play in preseason. I don't trust him yet.
Move on to your NHL corner.
Yep. Well, yeah, that'll do it for NFL. Remember, we're going to be doing live reactions to the draft. And of course, next week we'll be doing a pick-by-pick rundown for the first round, probably.
Yeah.
Like good pick, not good pick, whatever. Here we go. NHL. So it's the last week of the regular season. We've made it. The playoffs have essentially been set. Not a lot has happened playoff-wise except for seeding bouncing around, but we do have the seeds essentially set for most of the teams. So let me pull that up. So in the East, Florida has clinched the first seed for the Atlantic. Toronto has taken the second seed. Carolina has taken the first seed for the Metro. The Rangers have taken the second seed for the Metro. For the rest of those teams, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, Washington, and Boston, they got to figure out who is playing who. In the West, Colorado has taken the 1 seed for the Central. Calgary has taken the 1 seed for the Pacific. Edmonton and Los Angeles have taken the 2 and 3 seeds for the Pacific. So that's our first official playoff matchup locked in. Edmonton versus LA. As much as I hate to admit it, the Oilers are probably going to win that one. As chaotic as their season has been, I think they're taking that one. All Eastern Conference playoff teams have scored over 100 points. The first time it's ever happened.
Yeah.
Which brings up the question, is this the most stacked Eastern Conference ever?
I would say so.
Because there's a lot more meh in the West.
Yeah.
In the fact that the West, they haven't figured it out yet. The East, everybody clinched immediately.
Yeah.
Like these teams have separated themselves clearly. The Lightning just became the last team to get over 100 points. Like I think literally yesterday. It's ridiculous. 8 teams all with over 100 points.
Doesn't that mean they have to win like 50 games at least?
Something like that. Yeah. Let me double check. Don't want to be giving out false information.
Because I saw a TikTok, I don't remember the point system for hockey.
Yeah. So, yeah. They all do. Yeah, they have to win upwards of 50 games. All of them have. The only teams that have it, Pittsburgh has 45 and Washington has 44, but they have had enough victory. but they have had just enough wins to push them over. Yeah. Florida has 120 points. Carolina has 114. Toronto has 113. New York and Tampa Bay have 108 each. Pittsburgh has 101. Boston has 105. And Washington has 100. You know, the next team outside of the playoffs, the Islanders, 82 points.
Wow.
This East is stacked. The West, meanwhile, at least 4 playoff teams are entering with 90 points, with less than 100 points.
Wow.
So, quite disturbing, if we say so myself. Also, shout out to the Canadians who have gotten 20 wins on the season finally. Took them long enough.
Damn.
It happened. The final playoff spot has clumbed down to 2 teams. The Golden Knights and the Stars will settle it. Who gets the last wildcard spot in the West? I think we can pretty much all admit who it's going to be. Dallas?
Come on, Knights.
Nah, they won't be able to do it. But yeah, we will have the playoffs officially set and ready to go next week. Finally. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you know, we've known who's going to be in the playoffs for basically a month.
Yeah,
but it's just been seeding and stuff. So
yeah,
the matchups
seeding gets kind of boring.
Yeah, it does. NHL kind of sputtered out once all the races got settled.
Yeah,
it was really exciting midway through the season when we first started doing the podcast. It was like, oh, everything is crazy, but now it's like,
chaotic.
Oh, yeah, everything is settled. We're ready.
Dial it down. Get ready for the playoffs.
Yeah,
there
hasn't been a lot of major hockey news, but we do have a bit of sad news. Montreal Canadiens legend Guy Lafleur passed away last week at the age of, let me pull it up. Sorry, I just want to make sure I get this right. At the age of 70, passed away from a battle with lung cancer. Lafleur was nicknamed the Flower and Le Démon Blood. Le Démon Blanc by the French speakers. Played 17 seasons in the NHL, 14 for the Canadiens, 2 with the Quebec Nordiques, and 1 with the Rangers.
Bring the Nordiques back.
I do too. He was the number 1 overall pick in the 1971 NHL draft and won 5 Stanley Cups during the 1970s with the Canadiens. He was part of one of their big dynasties. He was playoff MVP in 1977. He became the first player in NHL history to score 50 goals in 6 consecutive seasons. And he also scored 50 goals and 100 points in 6 straight seasons. During a sensational run from 1974 to 1980, he led the NHL in scoring 3 times and led the league in goals once. In addition to the Stanley Cups and his Conn Smythe, he also won 3 Art Ross trophies, 2 Hart trophies, 3 Lester B. Pearson awards, and 6 All-Star selections. Was named to one of the 50 greatest players in NHL history, and is basically one of the best players of the entire 1970s. So,
sounds about right.
Yeah. So rest in peace to Guy Lafleur, one of the greats. One of many, many great French Canadians who have absolutely killed it for the Canadians and made them so successful in the 20th century. So,
yeah,
our thoughts and prayers to his family.
Absolutely.
That'll about do it for hockey.
We're on to our favorite section of the podcast.
The fun stuff, the stupid stuff.
The extra stuff.
Extras.
Bonus
Let's start
content.
with Goober of the Week.
So we got Rob Manfred, as always.
Yep.
You know, Jokic for MVP people. Still.
Is that going to be our new Rob Manfred thing until basketball season wraps up?
Yes.
Okay.
Doc Rivers.
Yeah. But
Don't blow this lead, damn it.
They probably will. Our special Goober of the Week this week, however, will be our special 2. That was the same game.
It was the same game.
Yeah. It's the Detroit Tigers.
God.
Kylie, did you see what happened to the Tigers last night against the Twins?
The weirdest walk-off I have ever seen.
Let me break this down for y'all if y'all didn't see this. So the Twins get a high fly ball in a center field, goes over the head of the Tigers center fielder. Apologies if I'm not using names. I don't follow these teams. I don't know who was who. Center fielder
it tapped off the glove. It happens.
Yeah, tapped off the glove. Center fielder picks it up. Twins are down 2 no, they're down 1, by the way. They just need 1 run to tie it. So the Tigers center fielder tosses it in. Catcher completely misses it, so allows the Twins to tie the game up. Catcher then tries to throw the ball to third because
he throws it to the ground, like away from the pitcher.
Yeah, the Twins player who was trying to get to the Twins player had rounded the bases, had got to third, and decided I'm going to try and get home because that's a wild throw. There's an opportunity. Catcher picks it up. He's like, oh crap, I'm trapped in a pickle. Catcher tries to throw it to third base, but it hits the ground and just lazily bounces off past the third baseman, and the guy the base runner's like, "Oh, I can win this," and runs into walk-off it. What the hell, Tigers?
Wildest walk-off win ever.
I have never seen something so stupid like that in my life, but
that is worse than a walk-off walk.
Let's see this. It was an 8-2. No, it was an 8-4.
I'm trying to do the math. It's way too many.
It was an 8-4-2, 8-4-2, 5 error walk-off.
Yeah.
Double error walk-off.
I've never seen anything like that.
It's so stupid.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
We say that about a lot of things, but this is definitely one of the dumber things. That's why I love baseball. Just dumb things happen in baseball.
Very dumb.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready for another exciting game of Who Won It All that year?
You said earlier that it was going to be a crazy one.
This is going to be a really tough one because I decided to go way back in time. And basically, the only way you're going to get this, Kylie, is if you dig deep into your mind about sports knowledge and try and figure out, okay, who was good in the 80s? Because we're going back to 1986.
Oh, man.
All right. 1986. There were some. The reason I chose 1986 is that with the USFL back and a lot of teams that used to be really good back in 86 being good this year in their respective sports, with the exception of one. Thanks a lot, guys. This is a great opportunity to see what you know. So 1986, let's start with an easy one because you basically just have to think about who was good in basketball during this time. Who won the NBA finals?
Lakers? Celtics.
There you go. Yep. This was during this time. It was either the Celtics or the Lakers. 86. It was the Celtics. They didn't play the Lakers. Actually, they played Houston. Yeah. Don't ask how that happened. That happened. They played the Rockets with baby Hakeem Olajuwon and
who would win one 10 years later? 2.
Yeah, who wiped the floor with them, essentially.
What sport's next?
Who won the World Series in 86?
The World Series, damn.
I'll give you a hint. This team is one of the most legendary party teams of all time. Their World Series victory was thanks to one of the worst errors I've ever seen, speaking of errors. And they did a lot of coke. There's a song about them, too.
Not the Royals, but I know they won one.
The Royals won the year before. That was the I-70 series against the Cardinals.
Wasn't the Cardinals, was it?
It's not the Cardinals. You're getting closer. The Cardinals were a coked up team during the 80s that won a World Series, but that was 82. They beat the Phillies, I think.
It's not the Yankees.
Oh, you're getting warmer.
Red Sox?
The Red Sox did lose the World Series. That Red Sox team snuck into the World Series but lost because of Bill Buckner's error. What team got the walk-off on Bill Buckner to win that World Series and then go do an inappropriate amount of coke?
Damn. The Red Sox lost. Not the Dodgers, was it?
It was not the Dodgers. The Dodgers had to wait 2 years until they got it. Your time is up. Would you like to know?
Yeah.
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man. Sometimes it's about the Mets, baby. Go Mets. Go 86 Mets, baby. The 86 Mets, the most notorious party team in baseball history. They did so many drugs, and they somehow won the World Series.
I hate the Mets.
I know. I want to do the college teams, but I think you won't get them. Would you like to try the college teams or no?
Sure.
Well, let's get the other pro ones out of the way. I'll skip Canadian football. Hamilton won that year. Who won the Stanley Cup?
Red Wings?
Not the Red Wings. I'll give you a hint. It was a Canadian team. This was during an era of hockey where Canadian teams were unstoppable.
Maple Leafs?
Maple Leafs have not won a championship in over 50 years.
That's
so
right,
obviously, no.
Years.
Not sorry. All right. I'll give you a hint. This was this team probably should have won a lot more in the 80s because that was kind of their thing for a while. But they really didn't. And it was really surprising. And people had been watching hockey for a while were like, this is weird. Why is this team not winning every year?
Ottawa?
Ottawa wasn't around. But you're close.
Winnipeg? No.
No.
It's not the Canadiens.
Yes, it is the Canadiens.
No way. I was going to guess them first. I was like, there's no way it was the Canadiens.
The Canadiens had been unstoppable through pretty much the previous 5 decades. They had won almost every Stanley Cup. And suddenly, randomly in the 80s, they stopped winning. They stopped going. And then they randomly won it in 1986 with a team composed of mostly American players, which was really weird. They beat the Calgary Flames. This was during Wayne Gretzky's peak in Edmonton. So anytime somebody that wasn't the Edmonton Oilers won the Stanley Cup, everybody was really like, everyone got really freaked out by it. It's like, that's impossible. Have you seen how good Gretzky is? It's like, yeah. Who won the Super Bowl?
Niners?
Good guess. Nope. But it was one of the Niners' arch nemesises of the 1980s.
Not the Broncos.
The Broncos were in the Super Bowl.
They were my second guess.
It was John Elway's Broncos. They made the Super Bowl for the first time with Elway underneath, and they actually led this game at halftime, but in the second half completely fell apart and got pounded by this team.
It's not the Cowboys.
Not the Cowboys, but I don't think this team's fond of the Cowboys.
There's no way it was the Giants.
It was the New York Giants. Phil Simms, Lawrence Taylor, and the Bill Parcells New York Giants. Super Bowl 21, they took on the Denver Broncos. They actually kind of struggled at first. The first half, the Broncos had their number, but after the Broncos missed a chip shot field goal right before halftime, the Giants came out in the second half and absolutely wasted them. 39-20 was the final. The Giants exploded in the second half and just were like, that was the closest that those Elway Broncos got in the 80s. The other 2 Super Bowls they went to, they got obliterated even worse.
Wow.
All right. Give a shot at your college. Who won college football's national championship in 1986?
Florida State.
Nope. Here's a hint. The game that this team won the national championship with was the most watched college football game of all time to this day. It was one of the first times that the number 1 and number 2 schools were matched up in a nationally televised national championship game. Wasn't called the national championship yet. It was still called the Fiesta Bowl. It was still just a bowl game, but it was like heavily touted as like, this will decide the team of the 80s.
Georgia?
Not Georgia.
It's not Bama.
I'll give you a hint. This school got in trouble recently. About 10 years ago, this school got in some pretty big trouble for something.
Gators?
No, not the Gators.
No, that was over 10 years ago.
About 10 years ago, the school got in some serious trouble for some not very nice stuff they did with people who probably weren't old enough to know what was going on.
Penn State?
It was the Penn State Nittany Lions.
We are.
Penn State. Yep, they played Miami in the Fiesta Bowl in the most watched college football game of all time. Still stands to this day.
We are.
Penn State. We are child predators.
Who won basketball?
Yeah, who won the NCAA tournament in '86?
Georgetown?
Kylie, I'm going to give you credit. You're guessing teams that were in contention. No, I'll give you a hint. The last episode we did, this team also won, but unofficially they did. Officially, they didn't.
Who was it? It wasn't Florida State. No. Crap.
I'll be honest. I have no idea who was on this team at all. All I know is that they were one of the better teams of the '80s.
Arizona State? No.
Arizona State. What the?
Yeah, I was.
You know what? It's fine. I'm not gonna judge.
Saying of random teams that could have been good back then.
It was a blue blood team of college basketball.
Duke?
Not Duke.
Kentucky?
Nope. Although it is in Kentucky.
Louisville.
Yeah, there you go. It was the Cardinals. I don't know anyone on the Cardinals team.
No.
Yeah, that's just the '80s were
Fun time.
Fun time. Yeah. There's 86. You actually did good. You actually did good on better than expected. You got some of them quickly with the guesses.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Next week we'll go back to our century and actually talk about something more recent.
Thank you.
Yes, don't worry.
So we got 2 facts in a lie now.
I'm ready. I know your
All right.
system.
So, number 1, at 120 miles an hour, a Formula One car generates so much downforce that it can drive upside down on the roof of a tunnel.
You forget I'm a motorsports fan. I know that's true.
That's why I gave you that one.
Yeah.
Number 2, the state sport of Maryland is lacrosse. Number 3, when pitched, the average MLB baseball rotates 15 times before being hit.
So at this point, I know I'm on to you, Kylie, but at the same time, I feel like you're gonna guess me. You're gonna get me. It's number 3. I know number 3 is the lie. I know Maryland loves lacrosse. No. What happened? Oh no.
The sport of Maryland is actually jousting.
What?
It's jousting. Swear to God.
What?
Yeah, I know.
You're making that up. You're making that up.
No.
You're making that up. No. There is no way it's jousting. People go so crazy about lacrosse here. There's no way.
That's why I said
that
lacrosse.
It isn't. State sport of Maryland. Get the hell out. It's jousting.
It is jousting.
It's jousting. Mm-hmm. Really? What part of Maryland do they joust? I'm going to guess Eastern Shore because I don't go there and I don't know anyone who jousts. It's either Eastern Shore or it's all those rich neighborhoods of Potomac that's like, oh, come son, you must learn how to joust.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just know it's a state sport.
Dude, as long as I've lived in Maryland, it's been lacrosse. So
yeah, I've never seen jousting ever.
See, this one was a little easier though because I knew the Formula One joke.
Yeah,
the Formula One. And that baseball one makes sense actually. Now I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's good that you're finally not having it be 3 every week. You're finally mixing it up. Good. I'm gonna keeping me on my toes. I like
be
it.
On your toes, yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, that concludes this week's episode of the Sportsgasm Podcast. If you liked what you heard, tune in next week and maybe check out that support button to help us grow and improve. Follow me on TikTok because I will be going live for the draft. You can watch this whole thing and more on YouTube. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter as well as TikTok and Instagram at Sportsgasm Pod. We'll be asking questions for future episodes and posting them on the socials as well. We will see you guys next week.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in next week once again. Be sure to catch the podcast on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, where all podcasts are available. You can watch the video version of this on YouTube. Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and be sure to follow us on all social platforms. Peace.
Thank you, guys.